past couple of years, artists have been using social media platforms to express their creative work and allow for the public to respond. Not only have artists found a stage to present their materials, provide attention to social issues and problems, but they have also allowed for connection with fans through the social media platforms. Artists like Beyoncé, One Direction, Justin Bieber, and more are catching on to this phenomenon, and now it has become the regular thing to do for these artists. Ever since her career launch, the queen of social media, Taylor Swift, has wisely, logically, and skillfully crafted a public persona on social media and has also changed the way fans communicate with artists. You may agree with it or not, but Taylor Swift is possibly the biggest superstar there is. Playing countless sold-out shows and winning 10 Grammys, Taylor has come so far. But she could not have gotten this far without her fans. Taylor's fans have always been her top priority. From her MySpace days to today's app-frenzy world, Swift has been on top of the game, and quite frankly, no one can match up to her stylistic and uncanny relationship with her fans. But doesn't every musician and artist use social media to promote and communicate? What makes Swift different? That's the key. Jessica Yu, a popular blogger, states she uses social media to change the narrative of her image and continues to maintain the momentum to build influence.
Honestly, if you have to pick one priority, that's the fans.
Swift brings a lot to the table. One thing that makes Tay-Tay different from the rest is her way of bringing her customers in and making them into a community, Swifties. Swift states her fans are the reason for her doing what she's doing, so she loves to give back to them. She doesn't hesitate and does all that she can. She's always connected and drops in on her fans to see how they are doing, talk with them, laugh with them, or just to brighten up their day.
I've just inserted myself into their online communities and been in on their inside jokes, and not just like posting industry career-centric things like vote for me for this.
Taylor has a tradition where she handpicks fans for a private party backstage after every one of her shows. These events were nicknamed after her albums: The Tea Party, Club Red, and Loft 89. She even held a secret listening party for her album 1989 to reward her fans for it was in her own private home, might I add. No other artist has ever fully put themselves out there to connect with their fans on such a personal level. Shortly after the massively successful release of 1989, fans on social media began to experience another phenomenon. After something that became known as Taylurking, whereupon every detail of fans' likes, job, whereabouts was studied intensely. A single Santa emoji would appear on their socials. Large FedEx boxes began to appear on the doorsteps of certain fans in what became tenderly referred to as Swiftmas. Swift also visited numerous kids in hospitals and makes it into a fun environment for them on her visit. A few of her trips she catches on video and then posts it to spread the love. Speaking of post, that's Taylor's best skill. Sure, every artist posts about upcoming events and products coming out, but no one does it quite like her. Taylor has changed the game with promoting an image. James Schwartz, a writer at Forbes magazine, exclaims, "You see, Taylor Swift has been launching this new product through a variety of platforms over the last few months, and her dexterity with the marketing maze of today is only rivaled by her facile way with words and chords. Taylor is not only a music prodigy, she seems to be a marketing one as well. Taylor leads the way in skillful strategies, such as doing all of her PR herself. Every social media that is connected to Taylor Swift is the real deal." Taylor keeps up with social media so that her fans stay interested and invested. She gives them inside looks to special clips and bonus footage, and also hints them clues to special and upcoming albums and music. She involves her fans in what she posts, and truly cares about putting something out there just for them. Swift also changes the game in bringing awareness to certain issues and problems using social media. She is not afraid to stand up for what she believes in, and we see that in her shot against Apple Music. Apple Music started offering a 3-month trial, free for first-time users, but during those 3 months, Apple softly stated that they would not be paying the musicians for the streaming of their content. Taylor, being able to support herself through her massively successful career, was not worried about herself, but rather the other artists who are new and would not be getting compensated. So Taylor took a stand. To Apple, love Taylor.
It's the right thing. You have to go based on what you actually feel about these kinds of things, or else you'll sit there in silence and watch things happen and say, maybe if I spoken up, something would have changed. So I pushed post.
Apple responded with a heartwarming apology via Twitter. Bow down to the queen. Swift has so much influence in the media world and uses her powers for good. Janine Warner, a writer from New York Times, expressed, while this act obviously speaks to Swift's immense influence, it also speaks to her character, showing that she has the courage to openly challenge society's norms despite the potential risk. Second reason why Tay Tay does it all is her strong opinion on feminism. She uses the media to portray her stance. Through the use of music, Swift showed her love for her friends and the power of women in the Grammy-winning music video, Bad Blood. Taylor on Instagram has promoted the upcoming video, Bad Blood, skillfully. Each week, a new picture resembling a premiere of a movie poster of her famous friends with a new dark persona and a nickname would appear on her social. #Bad Blood music video. Before the premiere, the pictures were posted and the hype for the video became immense. The premiere of the music video was also shown at the beginning of the Billboard Music Awards, where Taylor and all the women lined up and introduced the video to the world. All thanks to the promoting done by T Swift, the entire fan base could not contain their excitement and tuned into the programming, also promoting the awards show, and brought in more viewers. The general vibe of the video is intense and shows women dominating an action sequence in the beginning. The groups of women presented in the mini-film are her best friends, co-workers, and role models. She moves the spotlight and allows the most important women in her life to shine. She's constantly showing support for her friends, whether it's congratulating them on their graduation, being their support system at award shows, or just spending time with each other. Swift embraces the women in her life rather than competing with them or tearing them down.
In order for us to have gender equality, we have to stop making it a girl fight.
Known for writing love songs about her ex-boyfriends and dating so many guys, Taylor is fed up with the cruel accusations of her love life. Chris Osternoff from the Daily Dot explains, more often than not, though, it's Swift's various relationships with men that have gotten her negative press, but by using feminism, Swift has now found a way to flip the negative attention from her various courtships around too. The ability to write songs gives a sense of freedom on exploring thoughts and feelings on certain issues going on in life.
Guy shares his experience in writing, he's brave. If a woman shares her experience in writing, she's oversharing.
Swift uses social media to put forth her opinions on these issues, even calling out OK Magazine for the bizarre accusations made towards her. Social media helps Swift spread the love for the most important women in her life, and it allows to share with her fans and others how important it is for women to have the same equality as men in the music business and overall. Taylor Swift isn't perfect. She still has to be flawed and outspoken enough to be relatable. Taylor Swift has changed the way artists and fans connect through social media by creating a community rather than a fan base. Uses her posting powers for good and brilliantly maintains her social media. Swift uses the media to bring light to the importance of supporting and praising other women. Swift demonstrates that success and celebrity are a means, not an end, and that she has a vision of how to use her fame constructively. Randy Lewis from Los Angeles Times explains, she indeed uses her fame and success with a specific and meaningful purpose in mind. Social media has given Taylor that portal to connect, communicate, and share. Well, there you have it, folks. Taylor Swift just about looks to be the queen of social media.